Good.
So how have the past couple months been getting acclimated to Tempe and ASU life with football?
It's been good, The workouts outside, I think it's getting us prepared for, what we're going to experience in the fall. It's hot, but Coach Joe's been working us really hard. I feel like once I come back Tuesday and I talk to other guys about it, like we're going to be some of the best shape we've been in our entire lives since what he's put us through and how hard we've been working.
What's it been like working with Coach Cooper, and how would you describe him as a coach?
He's an intense coach, I'd say, for the better. It's definitely made me a better player and more disciplined in what I'm doing off the field as well. He holds high standards for all of us and all the linebackers. Our attention to details are very high, and that's one of the things we're emphasizing going into this season. If we want to be successful as a linebacker group, the things that we're doing off the field and the film will really add up to that.
How would you describe your experience in the transfer portal?
I was in the transfer portal for like 3 days, but when I was in it, I experienced, it was pretty good. I had contact with all the coaches. Coach Dillingham was one of the first coaches to call me within like 5 minutes of me being in there. We talked for probably 35 minutes, and I knew right there that's where I wanted to be. So,
how's the transition been so far, just into the locker room and just trying to hop into this culture that Kenny's building?
It's been great. The culture is, continuing to grow. The relationships are continuing to be built that I have with the guys as well. Each and every day, what can I do to speak to somebody new, and also build people's trust. Being in the leadership council, that's a high thing to do. Having trust from my other teammates is a big thing for me.
And what does that mean, coming in and kind of setting that tone as a leader?
I would say being a leader or a captain. I was a captain at New Mexico State. That's one of the biggest accomplishments I've had, in my athletic career. It holds. So I have a lot of pride in that. Being a leader. It's an important task. And some people can't do it, but I enjoy it. I used to play quarterback in high school, so I think I'm a better at that. More vocal guy. Lead by example.
What's the attitude? What's the feeling and the vibe among the guys on this team right now?
I'd say the energy, the attitude's all high. The expectations are high. The things that are out in the media, us being ranked at the last place, that kind of sparked us a little bit. But what Coach Dilly said and some of the guys on the team have been saying, all the preseason stuff, it doesn't matter. The people that are rating us there, they're not even at practice. They don't see what we have, what we've been doing on the off season. Right now we're in the best place we could be. Nobody cares about us. We're at the bottom. When we come out this season, we beat people. Okay.
That transition from FCS to FBS, how has it been going for you so far? Obviously, it was a pretty quick change for you with how quick you went from New Mexico State and the portal to Arizona State.
New Mexico State's they're FBS. They're in the Conference USA, but still, even from a G5 school to a P5 school or a P4 now, you see it. You see, what you have resource-wise. The talent's everywhere is talent. What you have, we didn't have a stadium like this. We didn't have trainers. We didn't have food like this at New Mexico State. So, you can max out everything you possibly could here.
Did you know any of the players on this team before you transferred?
No, but I actually had one of my teammates from my previous school. He transferred here. We transferred together, yeah.
Did you communicate with him before, or was he under a different regime?
Yeah, we both entered the portal around the same time, so our whole process was pretty much the same, communicating with each other.
How are you dealing with the heat?
Las Cruces, it's about 5 degrees cooler, so it's a little bit hotter, but I'd rather it be hot than cold.
That was a 10-win team that you were captain of last year, so from a leadership standpoint, what can you bring from that experience that can help this year?
I wouldn't say I know what it takes to win because, it takes different from what team you're on. But, I bring a winning mentality. And at the end of the day, I do know what it takes to win, what you have to put into the game, throughout the whole season, what you're doing off the field. To win 10 games, we played 15 games. You can't just go out there and play. You got to recover. You got to practice hard on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and watch a whole lot of more film later down the road, too.
Does it feel like this team has similar ingredients culturally to like what exists there?
Yeah, definitely. Coach Dillingham brought in the guys to do that. I don't even know how many we got, but it was a high number. A lot of leadership roles on this team. You know, expectations from everybody, every position group. Everybody's going to have a role on this team. You know, as far as winning, all it does is what we can do on game days. You know, we got to learn how to win, what it takes to win.
Why did you choose ASU? What was it about ASU?
I just said Coach Dilly was one of the first coaches to call me when I entered the portal. We talked for probably 30 minutes or so, you know, what he had to say, you know, what he saw with me as a player, what his plan was to do with me. You know, he seemed more straight up than, you know, other guys, you know, other coaches, you know, they'll offer you, they'll come for a visit, blah, 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 you know. But Coach Dillingham really went to depth. And I immediately talked to Coach Ward and Coach Coop that same day. So, and then school was starting like a week later, so I knew it was going to be a quick process. Talked to my family, it seemed like a great fit. It was only 6 hours across the New Mexico border, so I was like, yeah, perfect.
What other schools were you? Did you look at any other schools?
Yeah, I knew I wanted to play in the Big 12. I had a couple Big 10 offers, and narrowed down to the Big 12 within the first day because I was, like I said, I was in the portal for 3 days. But as soon as I think UCF was my first offer, and I was already, you know, stoked about getting a Big 12 offer because that's where I wanted to play. But, you know, ASU is just a great place to be. You know, like Coach Joey says, where else would you rather want to be than Tempe, Arizona? So,
how interchangeable or different are the two linebacker positions, and do you feel better suited for one than the other?
I was a hybrid linebacker in my old school, which means you're playing both. I wouldn't say that's too much different. Once you learn the defense and learn Coach Ward's defense, everything pretty much ties together. Whether it's cover 3, cover 2, you know, you have your base defense as well. But there's a lot of differences. But you know, the more you stay in the film room, and your playbook, the more you like get it down. So.
Do you have a preference between the two in this game?
No, I don't.
You guys dual train, right? Like,
Yeah.
so everybody can kind of flip between the two pretty easily.
Exactly. Yeah.
What do you think about just the competition at that position? You got guys who started back, and obviously guys who started coming in.
Yeah, I think the competition was great. You know what we did in the spring. I don't think it would have been done if there wasn't any competition in the room. I think all of us have a great relationship with each other. So at the end of the day, no matter if you're 1 or 2, you're still going to respect each other.
You definitely had a good spring practice. What's that transition like in the defensive scheme? They definitely like you, Brian Ward, Kenny Dillingham getting you over here.
Yeah, I mean, it was a chance to prove myself really to the coaches and show them that I could be a valuable piece to their defense. You know, show them it doesn't matter where I'm playing. I'm going to put in the effort, and the attention to detail is still going to be high each and every day.
How's that depth at linebacker feel?
Good. You know, at New Mexico State, I played, I was 15th in the FBS with a snap count. So, you know, having depth, you know, later down the road, once you get to game 10, and you don't have 900 snaps under your belt, you're going to feel better. You're going to be more successful on the field.
Moving here with Ghost, what's that been like to have that partner with you, and are you guys doing anything separately by yourselves?
No, we don't work out because, I mean, it's a little different from working out like a linebacker to a strong safety, free safety position. But, you know, the relationship and knowing that he's here, you know, and being able to reach out to him if anything's needed, you know, is always great to have. You know, it's like a brother. He's a brother to me, you know, and I'm ready to get rolling with him again.